What's up, y'all? Thanks for tuning in to another Spiritually.Ziya picker card. So today we are going to be seeing what is the tea, okay, on the person that is on your mind. So we're going to be taking a look to see like maybe what's kind of going on with them, how they're feeling, maybe some situations that could be popping up, interferences, blockages, the direction that you guys are moving in, whatever, okay? We're just going to see what's up. So I'm leaving it open for spirits to come through and just channel whatever messages they feel like will benefit you at this time, okay? Whether that's helping you move on or it's giving you hope for the future, whatever, all right? So we have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Feel free to pause video, take as much time as you need. Go ahead and meditate on the energies if you feel like you need to, and then go ahead and check out the timestamps, and I'll see you at your reading, okay? What's up, pile 1? If you chose the first pile, then this is going to be your reading. So I think I'm just going to jump right in because I wasn't really picking up any channeled messages right off the beginning. So we're just going to jump in and see what's up. We have some oracle cards here, and then we're going to pull some tarot. So we have, and I'm going to finish off with some more oracle as well. So we have communicate. It says compromise, forgive, work it out. We have respect. Respect your relationship. And I will say this did come out in the reverse position, but I'm going to lay it upright. And we have commitment. It says binding, obstruction, and contract. And as you can see, this person almost looks a little bit frustrated. Like they're all tied up. Like, I don't know. There's something here about this energy. Like somebody maybe having a little bit of resentment, or there's like tension in the relationship, okay? It doesn't feel like there's as much freedom in this connection as you would like, or as this person would like. And I do feel like there is sometimes like a lack of respect for boundaries, maybe even like, you know, people entertaining other things that they shouldn't be. And it doesn't have to necessarily be people either. When I say that, they could be entertaining people talking negative about your guys' relationship. They could be entertaining substances that could alter their mind and how they feel about this relationship. You know, things like that. It doesn't always have to just be like a romantic connection that they're entertaining, even though that could also be the situation here. I mean, there is something here about somebody feeling a little bit frustrated with maybe all of the responsibilities, or the lack of responsibility even, the lack of accountability. We do have compromise, forgive, and work it out. So I do feel like you guys have kind of came to common agreement that this is something that you guys want to work on. But I do feel like there is like this energy that needs to be cleared. In order for you guys to have a healthy connection, a healthy relationship, we have to talk about something that has been bothering us. And I feel like there's somebody in your guys' like circle that does not want this relationship to succeed. I feel like they continuously cross boundaries. They're continuously talking shit. They're in your guys' business way too much. So my advice for you guys would be like, do not overshare. And if your partner is the one that's oversharing, you need to have a conversation with them about that, because I feel like there's somebody that's projecting negativity into your guys' relationship. So that's just a message here. Keep your arguments, all of that shit private, because it is between the two of you. Do not make that shit public, because you're going to give people leverage to talk shit, to project negativity, to send you guys bad juju. You know what I mean? Like, nobody wants that shit in their life. And if you don't want it, then you got to be a little bit more private. And maybe you are the private one and your partner is the one that is going to other people. Whatever it is, like, there needs to be this mutual understanding and mutual respect that your guys' shit stays between you, okay? Like, that is not anybody else's business what goes on in your guys' home, unless, you know, somebody is being abused. That's a different situation. I would definitely advise people to, like, seek help with those types of situations, because that's not the way to live. That's not love, okay? I'm just going to say that right now. And if they're trying to control you, trying to change every aspect of who you are, that is not love. That is toxic, okay? That is controlling, that is possessive. And I would advise that person that is trying to control you to maybe seek some therapy, because that's what it sounds like they need. Anyways, let's get some tarot and dive a little bit deeper. What's the tea, Spirit? I'm also seeing this commitment as like somebody who's carrying like past baggage. Okay, so like maybe they're not even like frustrated with the or the responsibility or lack of, right? Or lack of acknowledgement, or accountability, whatever I said before. It could also be like somebody who's carrying a lot of like baggage from the past, like trying to carry past wounds and relationship triggers and trauma into this current relationship, right? Almost projecting that that's what's happening in this situation, and maybe that's not. They're projecting their trauma and stuff onto you. That's also another message that's coming out. And I do feel like that is something that does hold this person back from maybe like showing up for you sometimes the way that you need them to, you know? But yeah, there's something there about that. So can we get some more information? What's the tea on pile one's person? Looks like we have the Nine of Swords and the Two of Wands with the Page of Cups. We got Strength on the bottom. So yeah, Strength coming out, it is upright, but I am also picking up like a shadowy energy because we do have this Nine of Swords here. I do feel like this person does kind of battle with their more toxic, animalistic, shadowy side, okay? Like I do feel like, let me not say that. I do feel like this person is trying to almost purify their energy. They're trying to overcome the things that do hold them back, that keep them from showing up in a more authentic way. And for some reason, I'm getting like loyalty as well. Loyalty is like a big thing in this connection. Not saying that there's been infidelities or anything like that, but I do feel like that is something that either you guys mutually share, like even if you guys are not necessarily together, you guys still have like a sense of loyalty. Like I feel like your guys' connection does stem from friendship first, and that is like the foundation that you guys kind of like keep going back to when things start falling apart, as you guys kind of find yourself back in that friendship situation. Sorry, I'm like trying to think of the words that I'm trying to say. I don't want to like say the wrong thing. But, and that could be like an energy with this connection. Like sometimes you don't want to say the wrong thing to your person because they get really triggered. It's almost like kind of walking on eggshells. Like you don't want to trigger them. You don't want to argue with them. You're not trying to fight with them, you know. This person does definitely have a big ego. I will say that. They do have a very big ego, and it does get triggered quite often. And I feel like it triggers a lot of insecurities, okay, that this person has. So if they start acting an ass sometimes, it's not necessarily a you thing, it's a more of a them thing, okay? With this Nine of Swords, I do feel like this person does have a lot of like mental turmoil that they're carrying, a lot of fears, a lot of insecurities. And I think sometimes the big ego can come in as a form of protection for these insecurities, almost like trying to mask how they're really feeling, what is really going on, instead of being authentic with you about what's happening and telling you. It's almost like they're trying to act like they're unfazed. And I think you know that something is bothering them, and you be trying to kind of like pull it out of them, but you also try to give them space for them to come to you on their own. But I do feel like this person is hesitant when it comes to sharing how they're really feeling, because I don't think they got to do that much as a kid, first of all. So like, it's hard for them as an adult. And, you know, like you can use your childhood trauma and use it to like hold you back and like keep you stagnant, or you can use it to become a better person and to evolve from those situations. And I think this person really needs to just like accept what happened in the past, and that is no longer what is your current situation unless you continue to carry it into your current situation. Like, we need to eventually take control of our own life. We're grown and we need to fucking do what we can to be better. You know what I mean? So we don't fucking give our trauma and our pain and our wounds to our children. If you do have children, you know, like, we don't want them to feel like they can't talk to us about shit because we are closed off. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what we're trying to do. But I do feel like this person has a lot of, I'm even picking up like some people may be struggling with some mental illness. With this Nine of Swords, for some reason, it is giving me like somebody who maybe struggles with mental illness, that either some of them could be aware of it, but I think a lot of them are not aware because they don't actively seek like a therapist or talk to a doctor, or are very open about what they're struggling with. You know what I mean? So nobody can like give you a diagnosis or tell you like, oh, I think this is what's going on, if you're not open and vulnerable, which I think this person does tend to have a hard time with, because we do have the Nine of Swords falling over communicate. So I think this person has a really hard time communicating like what is going on, especially within their mental space. They carry a lot up there mentally, okay? And everything has like a trickling effect into other areas of our life. So if you're holding on to this baggage, this negativity, you're trying to handle like all of this shit all on your own, it's going to start to wear on like your emotional and your spiritual, your physical. You know, it can start manifesting as physical ailments. Maybe you're getting sick more, you're lacking energy, you're very drained all the time, you're irritated, you're frustrated, you're angry, you're triggered. You know what I mean? It can be so many different things. So we got the Two of Wands. This Two of Wands is making me feel like, I don't know why, it's making me feel like Gemini energy, almost like a very back and forth energy. And we do got the Page of Cups, like wanting to be like on their healing journey, wanting to, you know, have an open line of communication, express themselves, express their love, and then going back to this Nine of Swords. Like, I have to protect myself. I have to shut down. I can't be a burden. I can't do this. You know what I mean? It's like a lot of like, I can't, I won't, I don't, you know what I mean? Instead of I do, I am. This person has kind of a negative mindset, and I don't think they want this negative mindset, right? This is just something that's been programmed into them since childhood. I'm very strongly picking up childhood. With this Page of Cups, though, this is giving me somebody who is not also somebody who's not very emotionally mature, because they're not allowing themselves to grow and to evolve from these situations. Like, all of this shit that they've dealt with has came here and presented itself for them to evolve from this, for them to learn lessons and to grow. And they are just not grasping that because they're too focused on the negatives. You know what I mean? Like, you have to allow yourself to freely express how you're feeling and to feel those feelings in order for you to heal them, to integrate them, to work with them instead of having them work against you. But not a lot of people are comfortable with that because it is uncomfortable, you know what I mean? And some people have a hard time making themselves uncomfortable or seeking discomfort. Okay, so I am very strongly picking up like a very back and forth energy. Like, sometimes they can also be very back and forth with you. Like, one minute they're like being really toxic with you, kind of trying to be controlling, possessive, speaking negatively, maybe even like kind of being a little bit of an asshole. Okay. And then the next minute they're kind of like lovey-dovey, maybe giving you gifts, trying to like keep it lighthearted, flirting with you, kind of trying to check the temperature, trying to check your temperature, I should say, to see like if you're still mad at them, like maybe giving you these little apologies, but I feel like this person isn't necessarily in the energy to give you everything that you're looking for. And this saying is popping up in my head right now, and that's why I'm saying that. But this saying is, you can't expect a pint-sized person to fill a gallon. Okay, you are the gallon, they are the pint. This is all they can give you right now, because this is all they are at the moment. They have not grown into that gallon size form, right? Like they're still in their pint-sized form. So you're expecting this pint to pour into you and to fill you up the way that you're filling them, but they don't have the capacity. You know what I mean? And it's not that they could never have the capacity. It's just that's where they're at right now. They're limiting their self. They have their self in this box. All right. They have not grown outside of this box. And even though they are trying very hard right now, we do have the 10 of Cups underneath that. And I do like that. But underneath that, we have the 8 of Swords. So it's like they want this like loving, healthy connection with you. They want to overcome their challenges. They want to like integrate their shadow and like, show up for you. And they want to give you this love, this loyalty. But then again, they're like restricted by their own fears, their own mind. Like they need to maybe seek a little bit of outside help and stop trying to do everything themselves is really what I'm picking up here. Because I feel like their energy can be very chaotic, very back and forth. And that's why I'm picking up Gemini energy. It doesn't necessarily mean that they have to be a Gemini. Because, I mean, I don't know what the 9 of Swords is. I know it's air energy, Earth. I don't know why I said Earth. I know this is air energy. So Aquarius, Libra. What's the other one? Why can I not think of it? Gemini. Oh, the one I just said. Duh. So I know this is air energy, but I don't know if there's like a more specific, like an emphasis on a certain one, but I am very strongly picking up Gemini energy. Come here, baby. It's okay. Oh. Peanut wants to come work with mommy. So we're going to get some more cards. Let's see. What's the tea? What is the tea? Would you like a crumpet? Don't slaughter me. I was just kidding. I've heard that in a movie before, so I had to say it. Anyways. There we go. That's a good shuffle. What's the tea, Spirit? All right. We have my boo. Official status, exclusive relationship, seeing each other openly. Okay, so, I mean, definitely not hiding you. I do feel like you guys are definitely, like, seeing this person, and I do feel that, like, even just looking at these cards, like, you guys are in a relationship with this person. Hold on, sorry. But, yeah, like I said, there just needs to be, like, more openness with boundaries when people are overstepping boundaries. Yeah. So we got imposter, it says fraud, stolen identity, and faking it. And we were already picking this up with this person, the masking, okay? And she's even wearing a mask, right? And she's smoking a cigarette, which is making me think of like numbing. They don't necessarily have to smoke cigarettes, but like maybe they're smoking weed or they are drinking or doing anything that could be kind of numbing them from being able to be vulnerable and open with how they're really feeling, okay? But they are definitely showing up as somebody who masked their feelings, and we were already picking that up, so that's extra confirmation right there. We got siren call, sexual tactics, gaining attention, lured by temptation. So, and we did have, you know, the the Strength card on the bottom, and this can be like sexual desires, you know, our animalistic desires, things like that. I do feel like this person maybe kind of, I don't want to say like, for some of you, okay, this is only for those, like maybe a couple people here. This person is a little bit of a sex addict, okay? Like they almost cannot get enough, because I am feeling the energy. And I kind of felt it with this Strength card when I first seen it, but I was like, I ain't going to say that yet, because there wasn't much else that was telling me that, other than I know that can sometimes symbolize sexual desires, our animalistic desires. This person does also, I feel like, does have a sexual manipulation tactic. It's almost like when they know that you're kind of pulling away from them, or trying to be more stern with them. It's like they give you that good dick and you just become vulnerable, like a little floppy cooked noodle. You know what I mean? It's like you're like putty in their hands afterwards. So apologies for my language, but I am kind of getting that energy, like somebody who uses sex to manipulate you a little bit, you know? So, I mean, and I'm hearing this one TikTok, this girl, she was like, y'all bitches be weak in the knees. Stand up, stand up. And I don't know why, but that's kind of like coming through, like, don't be so weak for this person. Just because they put it down good, don't mean they are doing it for good reasons. You know what I mean? Check intentions. Listen to your intuition, because your intuition going to tell you every time. And we got hookup. It says fling, friends with benefits, non-committal. Yeah, like I was saying before, like for some of you guys, this person is like a sex addict. And I do feel like Spirit is letting you know, like they definitely be out here, maybe on the low. Maybe you caught them before. Maybe this is something that you're carrying from the past that is kind of interfering with you guys being able to move forward, is trust issues. You know what I mean? Having a hard time trusting that this person is being faithful, that they're being loyal. I mean, loyalty did come up, so there is something there about loyalty. Maybe you're having a hard time trusting that this person is being loyal to you. But yeah, I don't know. Some of you guys could be friends with benefits with this person, and they want to make you their boo, or maybe you want them to make you their boo, right? You want to be more official. You want to be out here with them, like, you know, riding around with the windows down type shit, so everybody can see. But maybe they're not like at the same level as you as far as committing goes. And like I said, we do have emotional immaturity here with this Page of Cups. This can be somebody who is, you know, like they're like more of like a, I'm gonna flirt with you and I'll take you on dates, but I don't want to be committed to you type of energy. But for some of you that are like committed to this person, like there is, you know, this is a fucking general reading. So take what resonates, leave what don't. Don't try to make everything fit where it don't. Okay? But for those of you that are committed with this person, like this person just has, like I said before, like a hard time sharing their feelings. They have a hard time being vulnerable. They do lack emotional immaturity. It is hard for them to be vulnerable with people because of shit that happened in the past, in their childhood. And I feel like they are still holding on to that pain. They're carrying that with them. And we do have that falling over that, I forgot what card this was. Commitment. That's what it was. Over the commitment card, where we were talking about, you know, like somebody carrying baggage from the past, like almost being all tied up with like past shit still, kind of like holding on to frustrations and pain from the past, you know. And then we got hung up, and it says fixated, obsessive attachment, and focusing in. Like I said, I can't make it up. Like, for some of you that are drawn to this pile, like your person is a fucking addict. They maybe need some help. I feel like they get like hyper fixations on pleasure, okay? And for some of you guys, I am picking up maybe a past person. Like they're either still hung up on a past person, a past connection, or a past person is hung up on them, okay? So if you feel like maybe this person does have some loyalty issues sometimes, they could be entertaining, you know, somebody that they shouldn't be, and they're doing it on the low and not being honest with you about it. That's only where that kind of like you've been kind of feeling, you know, like a third party interference. But yeah, I do feel like there is somebody almost like watching your person, kind of like sending you guys bad energy. Don't really want you guys to work out because they're still hung up on this person. They're like almost waiting for your guys' downfall so they can swoop in. You know what I mean? Like they trying to swoop in, swoop them off their feet. Let's be together. We were meant to be type shit. You know what I mean? But yeah. I think I'm going to leave that here. I was going to pull another card, but I think I'm going to leave this here because we're already 24 minutes in and I got 2 other piles to do before my boyfriend gets out of work. So I'm going to leave this here. Hopefully this resonates with you guys. Hopefully it brings you clarity, love, and healing. And I will see you guys in my next one. Feel free to give this a like, comment, subscribe, hit the little bell button so you don't miss when I upload. Hope to see you guys in my next one. Take care. What's up, pile 2? If you chose pile 2, this is your reading. So as I was ending pile 1 and I was about to start pile 2, I started hearing that Drunken Love by Beyonce song. So that could be a message for somebody here. Y'all could be drunk in love, okay? Just intoxicated. Can't get enough, okay? Let's see. What cards do we have? We got some oracle cards here. I'm going to pull some tarot, and then we'll pull some additional oracle cards and end your reading. So we have vacation. You will be traveling soon. Interesting. Peanut. Synchronicity. A divine soul counterpart relationship is blessed with amazing moments of synchronicity. We got a bee here. Some yellow flowers. That could be symbolic for somebody. And we have disturbance with 57. It says obscure. Hey, get off my mic, girl. It says obscure irritation and supernatural. Interesting. I wonder why that's there. So, okay. Some of you guys could live at a distance from this person, okay? But you guys do feel a very strong connection with them. And maybe that's why you really want to like try this out. Maybe you're not even the type, or they're not even the type to normally do long distance connections. Okay, but you guys are like, you know what? This seems like too divinely orchestrated. This is like almost weird. We do have supernatural here. So it's like, you know, it almost seems like a situation that could have been impossible to happen that actually like came together. Like the way that you guys met, the way you found each other, you know, it could have been like too out of pocket, too out of place, too out of the ordinary, too out of thin air type of shit. You know what I mean? Type shit. Hey. But yeah, you guys could be like traveling to go see this person soon. They could be traveling to come and see you soon. They could also travel for work is something that I'm picking up as well. I do feel like we do have irritation, and I keep being drawn to that word. And even like the guy on this card looks like he's irritated, like he's carrying somebody on his back. So I do feel like there could be like some interference with like somebody almost holding on to like a past connection, having a hard time letting go, or maybe they have like a baby mama, you know what I mean? Like a bitter baby mama that's on their back all the time. That they keep telling them like, we're done, and they are having a hard time letting go, you know what I mean? It's almost like they're carrying this person still, even though they physically broke up with them. They're like carrying their energy, or they have a kid, so they have to deal with this person, you know what I mean? And I do feel like if their energy is ever off when you guys are communicating, I do feel like it's not really you. It's probably the baby mama, okay? Or the baby daddy, sorry. I'm like fixated on most of the people that watch my tarot is women. So, but I need to stop like generalizing that, because it could be baby daddies too, right? It could be any specific partner, like somebody that they had some sort of like commitment with, whether they're like on the lease with this person still, which I hope that's not the case. I hope they don't still live together. Okay. But sorry, I had to look at this because I'm like, this kind of look like a window, don't it? In the background. I don't know. Some of you guys, they could still definitely live together. Maybe that's why they be traveling to come and see you. Or like y'all be going to hotels to meet up and shit because they can't have you at their house. Because there's somebody there that they don't want you to be around. I don't know. That sounds messy. It could be like, you know, an amazing connection that you and this person share, but they have baggage. Like, they're not fully, it's not that they're not fully done with the situation, but there's things that are kind of tying them to the person, is what I'm trying to say. Okay? We're going to jump in with some tarot. I'm going to see if my baby will sit here and play for a minute. Ah. You want your toys? All right. Let's pull some tarot. Let's dive in a little bit deeper because I'm picking up a little bit of messy energy. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. And I will say, like, this is definitely reminding me of the connection I had before I met my boyfriend. We actually lived in 2 different states. And we met, like, very unconventionally. I used to live stream a lot. And he popped up in my live one day and, like, was in the box. And we was just all chopping it up, roasting each other, you know. It was a good vibe. But then, like, me and him started talking afterwards. And I, like, instantly felt a connection with him. And it felt like a very deep, like, spiritual connection, you know. It didn't just, like, it wasn't like a lusting connection. Like, did we find each other attractive? Yes. But he ended up having a baby mama that they just broke up after 15 years of being together, right? And they have a kid together. And their kid was, like, less than a year old when I met him. You know, red flag, I know. It was like, what was I even thinking? But I tried so hard to be with this guy because he seemed great. But then his energy started getting really fucking inconsistent with me. He started ghosting me a lot. And it was crazy because we met up. We met in Indiana, went to a hotel, had a weekend together. When I went home, like, he was, like, all about me after that, right? Calling me, texting me all the time. He would call me, like, telling me that he's going to move me in with him and all this and that. And then just, like, randomly one day, his baby mama, like, he went out. And I thought it was kind of weird because, like, why is she always blowing up his phone? Like, where you at? Who you with? You know, if she knows that you guys are done. To me, you're going to get your hair braided by her still and all of this other weird shit. Like, you go and see your kid and you stay over there instead of picking your kid up and bringing her to your house was, like, red flags. But I was overlooking it because I liked him. And yeah, one day he went out and came home and his baby mama had slashed his tires to his car and he just stopped talking to me. Like, I helped him through a lot that night. I was there for him. Like, he literally told me, he's like, I feel like you're like an angel sent from heaven. Like you helped calm me down so much because I was really about to do something crazy. And then just ghost me. You know what I mean? Like, how can you have such an amazing connection with somebody and they still just up and leave you like that? But, you know, some people need to leave you alone so they can go deal with their shit. Sometimes it's the right person, wrong timing. Sometimes it's just not the right person at all. And in my opinion, he just wasn't right for me. There was a deep connection there, but I think in this lifetime that just would have never have worked. There's a couple things that he also said that I'm like, I'm not even going to get into. But God had better plans for me. You know, he brought me Andy, and Andy is like so amazing. He's always been consistent with me. He always shows up for me. He gives me unconditional love. He gave me my daughter. You know what I mean? Like, we have an awesome relationship. So I will take what I have now over that any day. But that could kind of like be the situation that you guys are in. Okay. Let's get one more. I just wanted one more, but I'm going to just put those back. I just want one more, Spirit. Page of Cups. That's crazy. Pile 1 got the same fucking card in the same place. But we have the 7 of Wands. Okay. With the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. And we have the Page of Cups. So an energy, or not an energy, but a message that is coming out right now is this person is definitely somebody who is a little bit more defensive, closed off. They definitely have their walls up, okay? And I do feel like they are in like a dark space right now. Even if they're not necessarily being open with you about that, I do feel like this person is dealing with some shit behind the scenes that is, they almost feel like trapped, or like I said before, like they're carrying like a situation. And I do feel like it does trigger a lot of like irritation, negative thinking, them feeling like they are not ready to give you like an offer or a commitment. So their energy could be very hot and cold, very back and forth. You know, they want to talk to you, then they don't, then they want to be with you, then they don't. It's like, also sometimes I feel like they say things and their energy shows up in a way, and then they physically don't do what they need to do to show you or back them words and that energy up. You know what I mean? And I do feel like their energy comes very sporadically. I am feeling like it's like they come in, they offer you this like this fiery, passionate like energy, and then they kind of take it away because their energy is not stable right now. So they can't continuously show up and give you that same passionate, fiery energy because they don't have that stability right now within them. They're very chaotic. They might not even come off as that sometimes, but I do feel that their energy is very chaotic. And I was picking up from pile 1, like masking, and I'm feeling that with this pile too, like this person masks how they really feel sometimes. But yeah, I just don't feel like this person is going to give you the offer that you're really looking for. We have the 9 of Wands as well. So, yeah, I don't know. This is just making me think of somebody who is very wounded. They've been through a lot, okay? And I feel like for some of you, they may be just getting out of a connection as well. And they're not ready to like give you what you're looking for. Like they can give you like these small offers, flirting with you, you know, taking you on dates, traveling to come and see you every once in a while, or meeting you at a hotel or something, but they're not going to be the type of person that's going to like commit to this relationship right now. That's just not what they're really looking for either, I don't think. Even if they say that, I don't think that's what they're really looking for because they're not ready for it. You know what I mean? Like, people lie all day long, and that was something that I had a hard time accepting with that last connection that I had going on before Andy. Was like, he would show up and like give me all of this energy and then take it away and tell me like he wants to be in a relationship, he's ready, and then like wouldn't do the things that somebody who wants to be with you would do, like listening to you when you're going through hard shit and like being there for you. If I was ever dealing with anything that was kind of like that fucked up my energy, and I wasn't in that bubbly, like happy-go-lucky energy, he would not talk to me. He would not talk to me. He would pull away. And I remember one day I said, I'm giving you my all, and I feel like you're not giving me really anything. Like, you're giving me the bare minimum. And he said, next time you give somebody your all, make sure they're ready for that. And that's what they're wanting. And that stuck with me. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like, I'm like, you know what? You're right. Because apparently I'm trying to give it to the wrong motherfucker. So I had to pull my energy back. And it was hard. It was really hard. And it took me like 2 years to get over that shit. Even though we were not actually like in a committed relationship. It felt like we were at one point, and it felt like I knew him forever. So it was really hard. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but it was something that I had to do for me because he was fucking up my energy so bad. So I just feel like I keep reverting back to that situation, talking about my experience, because I feel like that is what is happening here, is somebody that is not ready for what you have to offer. You know, like it's too much for them. Like you have way more to offer and to give than they have to give back to you and offer you. You know what I mean? So let's pull some more oracle cards. And I'm going to end this here. I know you've been going through some things. Yeah. I know you don't even love the same. Yeah. We got adulting that fell out. Mature efforts, being responsible, keeping shit in check. And it fell right over the Page of Cups, which is kind of funny to me because it's almost like this person tries to act like they got their shit together, you know, like they are very well put together, but it's like they're really not. They're really not. They're really not. Like, they're actually a hot ass mess. Like, they might have some of their shit together as far as, like, you know, they maybe get up and go to work and they provide for their kid or something like that. They, like, take care of their bills. But, like, as far as emotions and shit go, like, they ain't there. They ain't there with it. What matter? What's the matter? Did you get on your tummy? Hi, baby. Here. Here. I'm almost done. Hold on. I'm almost done. Hold on. Oh, let's pull a couple more cards. What's the tea, Spirit? Thank you. Viral, instant fame, going around quickly, gaining popularity. Ooh, am I picking up Clout Chaser? I don't know. That's weird. That's a little bit weird energy. If you guys, sorry, I gotta pick her up. If you guys have like a mass following and this person is trying to like get their name out there, this is probably only for like maybe one person, okay? But if you guys have a mass following and this person is trying to get their name out there, they have like a business or something, they could be using you to gain clout. Ew, we don't like that. We don't like that. We got receipts, evidence, guilty as charged, and exposed. Period. Somebody is getting exposed. You and your bullshit or your games no longer going to be going on, okay? You're caught red-handed. Like, you were caught red-handed. You can't deny this shit. And I feel like, you know, everything's adding up. Everything's starting to add up. I feel like it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. We got petty, immature, small-minded, insignificant drama. Man, I can't make it up. I just feel like, you know, Spirit's kind of just confirming everything I was picking up. Messy energy. Somebody's being messy. Somebody has receipts. They want to be messy. They want to be petty. They trying to hurt people because they're hurt. You know, hurt people hurt people. That's a true ass statement. But this is a mess. So I feel like if this person is keeping their distance from you, you're definitely still on their mind. But this is like God's way of protecting you because this person is definitely playing mind games. They are, it says manipulating, gaslighting, scare tactics. It's like this person ain't showing up authentically. This person is not telling you what is really going on. And that's why I'm here today. To spill the tea. Hunty, this motherfucker is lying, okay? This situation is a mess. And it's best for you to just take some space for yourself, okay? Because this is not going to go where you are trying to have it go, okay? You are a lot more emotionally evolved, and you are a lot more emotionally available than this person is. You want to give that to somebody that can actually give you the same thing in return, you know? Not somebody who's pretending to be well put together, has their shit together. I want this, but not showing up. You know what I mean? We need action. We ain't just listening to people talking no more. We need action. But I'm going to let y'all go because my peanut needs to take a nap. And I hope this reading resonated with you. If it did, feel free to give this a like, comment, subscribe. Hit the little bell button so you don't miss when I upload. And I hope to see you guys in my next one. Take care. What's up, pile 3? If you chose this pile, well, this is your reading. So, well, let's see. What's the T for pile 3, Spirit? What's the T for pile 3? I like that rhymes, go together real nice. We got moving, change of residence, moving in with your partner. I love that for you guys. So, it definitely could be taking this shiznit to the next level. You feel me? Okay. We got commitment. Commitment is an important factor to achieve a successful relationship. Yeah, this could be the next commitment, Maybe a ring is on the horizon if you guys already are living together. You guys could be moving into a new house together that you guys pick out together. And there could be maybe a ring on the horizon. Okay. Regardless, even if you guys are already committed in those ways, it could be like the next step up from that commitment. So if you want children, you guys are making the commitment, making it happen. You guys are having kids, building a family. Maybe you want to start a business together. You guys are starting that business. Like it don't have to just be either moving in or getting married. But I mean, it is in the cards. So we got loneliness with number 31, dullness, disappointment, and isolation. So some of you guys, I'm looking at this and it almost looks like a hospital scene, don't it? Just kind of making me feel like maybe there's some struggles with some health issues that you guys are kind of trying to figure out right now. And that's only for who that resonates with, okay? Don't make it fit if that's not your situation. Don't get scared and be like, oh my God, there's going to be health issues on the horizon. Like, no, that's not what I'm saying at all. And 31 does reduce down to a 4, which is making me think of the 4 of Swords. My daughter's in her bouncer fucking going crazy. Anyways, it is making me think of the 4 of Swords. So, like, maybe just prioritizing health, mental health, physical health, emotional, I already said mental, spiritual health, okay? So just making sure that we are taking care of our well-being. If we're dealing with feelings of loneliness, that could be a sign that we're, dealing with some depression. Doesn't necessarily just have to be physical ailments. This could be like mental illnesses, things that we're struggling with, okay? I do feel like that could be a block in this connection, is like maybe needing to overcome certain internal challenges, okay? I don't necessarily see this weighing your relationship down. I just feel like it may be preventing you from being able to embrace this to the fullest or to be as excited as you would like to be about it. Because maybe you are struggling with feeling lonely in your relationship. Maybe you guys don't communicate as much as you used to. Maybe you guys don't go on dates as much as you used to. Especially when you move in together, I feel like that's a challenging thing, just because sometimes like the romance does go away and you kind of go through that like roommate stage where you're just like living together and hanging out and not really talking much. You guys are just watching TV or scrolling on your phones. And I just feel like in today's society in general, it's easy to feel alone or feel lonely because there is so much outside stimulation that's happening. We don't really have much like intimate connection as we used to, you know what I mean? So it's definitely really easy to feel like this, I feel like. And Spirit's just telling you, maybe take some time to rest, to focus on you, your health, overall health, not just your physical health, but all the different parts of your health, because they all do play a part, okay? And just try to, like, find yourself again, okay, outside of this relationship. Doing that is not going to make you and your partner it's not going to put a rift in your connection. It's actually going to bring you guys closer, is what I feel like. And if your partner's the one that's struggling with this, maybe encourage some outside help, okay? Don't try to be forceful with it, because it's just like you know, when you're an addict and people try to force you into rehab, but you're not ready to quit, it just don't stick, you know. Just try to let your partner know that if they are the one struggling. Sorry, I thought my boyfriend's sister was here because she always does that with the lights. They just flickered. Interesting. That if your person is the one that is struggling with health issues, mental health issues, that you encourage them, that you are, or not just encourage them, but you support them. You tell them that you're here for them, you know, if they ever want to talk. And if you notice that they are maybe isolating a little bit more, you know, kind of pulling away, withdrawn, maybe try to encourage getting outside more, you know, getting some fresh air, some sunlight always helps kind of reboot our nervous system, doing some deep breathing together, you know, like things that can help kind of get them out of that space and get them back into their physical body and out of their head could be something that is very helpful for them right now. Okay, there's different ways to support people. You just got to know your person and know their boundaries, respect their boundaries, no matter what it is that they want to do, even if you know what's best for them at the moment. If they're not wanting it, you know, you can't force somebody into something. So just continue to be there for support and encouragement. And, you know, maybe if you start doing something and they start seeing your benefits, maybe they'll get inspired and want to do the same, you know. You can always give people tools. It's just like that saying, you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. You can give somebody the tools, but if they don't utilize them, that's on them. But yeah. And with this, commitment is an important factor to achieve a successful relationship. I am feeling for some people that were drawn to this pile. Okay, not a lot of you, I feel like, if this is your message. But there is almost like this ultimatum energy. Like, you either need to, like, become more committed with me. Like, it's been like 2 years. Like, are we moving in the same direction? Do we have the same goals? Like, I want to get married. I want to start a family. I want to move in together. And if this person is like withdrawn from that and kind of like on the no side of that, I do feel like, I don't know. I don't necessarily feel like there's much movement happening at this moment, but in the future there could be some like moving out of that stagnancy in your connection. Okay, I kind of want to look more into this, but, and I'm hearing happy spouse, happy house. Okay, it's not just happy wife, happy life. It is happy spouse, happy house. If both you and your partner are happy, the whole house is going to be happy. Okay, and that's what you really want. Everybody wants to be happy in their situation. So let's get some tarot. We got the Knight of Wands. Yeah, see, this is movement. This is movement. We have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So somebody who has been very withdrawn, I do feel like they are kind of like coming out of this. I feel like some of you, like, finances could be a burden or a block in your guys's connection. Like, if they could be somebody that gets very overwhelmed when it comes to finances, and it does impact their like mental health, their emotional health, you know what I mean? They kind of take it very deeply. I do feel like this person is trying to free themselves from like a scarcity mindset, you know, trying to get into the energy of abundance. I just think there's a lot of blockages that they have to work through first, you know. But I do see them making some progress. Oh, you guys got 4 cards. I do see them making some progress. They are making movement, okay? We have the Knight of Wands here. So this is positive progress moving forward. This is somebody that is excited about moving forward. They have a vision. They're getting shit done, okay? They can be kind of impulsive sometimes. But I feel like they're trying to find a way to manage that, because we do have the Father of Cups. Okay, so this is the King of Cups. So I feel like they are trying to like create like balance and stability in that energy, like trying not to be so impulsive, trying to control their emotions a little bit better, trying to like pay attention to their triggers, their signs that give them, you know, the message that, you know, we're about to do something kind of stupid, you know, like, let me give you an example, okay? Say your partner like has the scarcity mindset. Finances start to really fuck with them, but then they'll like go and spend like fucking $500 at the casino or something, you know what I mean? Like maybe that's their thing. Like they have like a slight addiction to something and they keep investing too much money into it, and then they feel guilty, they feel bad about it, and then it starts to fuck with their mental. They start to beat themselves up about it, because why can't I kick this addiction? Why is this fucking one thing just holding me back? Why can I not overcome this? And it's like a very back and forth energy. So I feel like they are trying. Or if you're a person likes to drink a lot, you know what I mean? Like maybe it's like every time they start doing good, it's like they impulsively like, oh, I can have one drink and I'll be fine. And then one drink turns into like 10 drinks, and then they're drunk, and then they're like almost restarting the cycle over again, because now they feel like they need to have a drink every day again. It like almost triggers that like addictive tendency. I am feeling like this is a part of their journey that they have to overcome. That might not be for everybody here either. That could just be for some people. But I am feeling a little bit of addictive tendencies, like people trying to overcome some sort of addiction. And that could be where this loneliness is coming in from too. Like this is a lonely journey for them. They have to do this by themselves. You know, like you can be there for support, encouragement, giving them tools, giving them love, but you cannot make them overcome this. And maybe that's why I used that example before, like about the whole addiction thing. Like if you try to force somebody into rehab and they're not ready, it doesn't stick. You know, I do feel like this person is ready though. We do have the King of Cups, which is making me think of somebody who is ready to create more emotional stability. They're ready to have more control over their urges, over themselves, okay? Not allowing triggers and wounds and trauma to control them, you know, and make them become impulsive or manic even. I am picking up a little bit of manic energy. So we have the Nine of Cups. Yeah, the Nine of Cups in reverse. So in the Nine of Cups in reverse with this King of Cups can sometimes signify like alcoholism, alcohol addiction. I will say that. Somebody who's overindulgent, okay? Trying to find some sort of satisfaction, some sort of fulfillment from outside things that are just not doing it for them, okay? And I do feel like they are gaining this sense of awareness, okay, with this King of Cups of what is actually toxic for them. It's creating this false sense of gratification. And I feel like they are ready to like kick these habits. I feel like they are trying. They are really trying. I feel like they're excited about their progress that they are making, okay? And they might be keeping a lot of this to themselves as well, because they don't want to like, you know how sometimes when you put like what you're trying to do out there and then you don't always fully follow through, and then people start doubting you or projecting negativity on you when you start saying it again. They're like, yeah, right, okay, you said that last time, you know. They could be kind of keeping it to themselves because they don't want nobody to shit all over like what they are trying to do, you know. But yeah, I do feel like this person is trying to create more emotional fulfillment, trying to find things that actually bring them joy and are not just like I said, like that false sense of gratification. They want like longevity gratification. They want something more stable. But they really have to do this journey on their own. You know, like you can be there, like I said, but you cannot do anything to really help this person. We got the Nine of Pentacles, okay? So we went from the Five of Pentacles in reverse to the Nine of Pentacles. And underneath this, we have the Ten of Wands also in reverse. So, yeah, this person is going through a major clearing. Like, Oh, and I love that. And then the Ace of Cups underneath that. Sorry, I'm just pulling more cards. But this is healing, okay? Them healing themselves, them pouring into their own cups, them finally taking this opportunity from spirit to gain more awareness, more acceptance, more love. I feel like they are, whew, sorry, this pile's a little like heavy, but in a good way, in a good way. They are like opening themselves up to the assistance from the divine and helping them fucking let go of this shit, this excess baggage, this energetic baggage, this trauma, these wounds, right? They're ready to let this shit go, and they're like, you know what, I'm gonna accept the help. I'm gonna listen to my intuition and my spirit and allow it to guide me out of this dark time and toward the light. You know what I mean? But yeah, we're going from the Five of Pentacles to the Nine of Pentacles, which is a great energy, okay? So this is definitely feeling abundant in themselves, you know, feeling good in their own energy. This is feeling like financial security. I feel like, yeah, like I was saying, like the financial is definitely like a hump that they have to overcome. Like the more you hyper focus on what you don't have, the more you manifest what you don't have, you know? So, not the more you manifest what you don't have, the more you hyper fixate on what you don't have, the more you notice what you don't have. Sorry. That is not the best way to manifest something that you want into your life. You have to be grateful for what you have. You have to stand strong in what it is that you are wanting and go for it. You know what I mean? You can't just sit there on the sidelines feeling bad for yourself because you feel like, you know, all these opportunities are being given to all these different people and they're just passing you by. Like, you have to go and get it. You know, you can't just sit there and wait for it to come to you. That's just not how life is. I wish. But I feel like this person is definitely finding a way to become more stable in themselves, finding a way to create more stability in their finances, trying to get out of that scarcity mindset, trying to overcome their addictions. If that is for you, if it's not for you, just leave that for whoever that is for. Okay. And I'm seeing these 4 different feathers here as almost like protection. Okay. Like this person is protected by like 4 different guides. They have 4 different guides that are constantly assisting them, okay, with connecting more to their purpose, to their truth. And I feel like that in itself is like freeing this person and freeing up their energy almost, you know what I mean? And I do feel like this person is trying to be more of like an honest man, somebody, or an honest woman. It doesn't have to just be a man. It's just like that saying, you know, an honest man. But I do feel like they are trying to be more honest with themselves about their issues and their problems, and they are like more open. You know, they're more open, especially from where they were to where they are now. This person is open for change, for these shifts. So let's get some final oracle cards. Let's see, what's the tea for pile 3? What's the tea for pile 3? Oh, I just almost dropped a shit ton of cards on the ground. I just seen a card talking about financial struggle. Like, and we've been talking about that. That's the only reason why I'm saying it. It's like when this person feels like they're struggling financially, this really does take a toll on all areas of their life. It could even impact them in how they communicate with you, how they show up for you, how present they are in your guys' relationship. You know what I mean? They could even feel like more argumentative, more defensive when they feel like their finances are dropping or they're fucked up. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't take it personal. It's definitely not a you thing. I feel like some of you know this because you guys feel very like conscious and aware. I just want to tell you that, you know. So let's get some additional messages. What's the tea? We got sneaky link, hidden lover, Loki situation, and side piece. That's crazy to me because that was not the energy I was picking up on. So that must be like real hidden in this energy. And I don't even know if this is for everybody here, but we do have the Knight of Wands here. Maybe that's like somebody's... Sorry. Maybe this is bothering me. My card's all fucked up. Maybe that's somebody's like addiction is getting attention from other people, hooking up with other people. And if that is your situation, I feel like, maybe it's time to move on from the situation and move towards somebody who wants the same things as you. The King of Cups with this Knight of Wands can sometimes signify somebody who does feel very deeply for you, but they hide their feelings a little bit better because they're not somebody who's going to tell you every day, like, oh, I love you, like, all day long. They're not going to give you, like, gifts and trinkets and send you cute text messages and songs when they're thinking about you. Like, this person has more control over their feelings and their emotions. So even if they do feel very strongly, they're not always going to show up like they do. Okay, they might kind of be, like, playing it coy sometimes even, is what I'm hearing. With the Knight of Wands, they could be very fast moving, okay? They could be trying, like I said, very impulsive, right? They could be very fast moving. So if you guys get into it and you have a little breakup or something, they could be trying to find the next person to fuck. And that's not for everybody here. And the sneaky link could also be them, like, lying about certain things, sneaking their addictions, trying to keep things from you. Maybe it's not even just a person. It could also be like somebody who's sneaking other things, okay? But it does say hidden lover, low-key relationship, and side piece. We also got cuffing season, single and ready to mingle, ready for a relationship, on the hunt. Okay, this doesn't... It's so weird because it was like not the energy that I was getting from all these other cards. Like, where is this energy coming from? We got last straw, limitation, breaking point, and overwhelmed. Yeah, some of you guys could be like just washing your hands with the situation, okay? You could be breaking up with this person. They might just be like, you know what, fuck it, I'm out here. We do have 2 9s, which are signifying like a single person. Okay, this is not somebody who is like connected with another person. They're like more focused on themselves. So for those of you that are in a situation where maybe you guys are not together anymore, they are missing you. They do care about you. And I feel like they do think about like coming toward you, making a commitment, wanting to move in, give you everything that you want. But I also feel like this person, it's not that they are non-committal. It's just they have the like back and forth energy. It's so weird because it's like they want it. They want the family life. They want like the cute like matching pajamas, the holiday pictures, shit like that. They want to do that type of shit. But they also like, it's like they want their cake and they want to eat it too. Not even that they want to eat it too. They want to eat other people's cake. They got their own cake, but they want to eat other people's cake. I never really understood that saying. You want your cake and you want to eat it too. Like, what's the point in fucking having cake if you can't eat it? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Somebody could be out here just being a little ho-ho. It's like they be thinking about you and wanting to be with you, but then, the fast life gets back around and they start getting excited from like the extra attention and whatnot, and they're like, bae who? Like, sorry, I'm not trying to laugh at the situation. It's not funny, but goodness. We have dirty money, illegal activities, thievery, and laundering. I don't know whose fucking energy this is, but goodness gracious. Somebody, and we got a lot of alcohol in the background. Like I said, somebody could be struggling with alcohol addiction, mental illness. This is crazy. This just took a turn out of nowhere. I feel like this is kind of moving in a new direction, okay? Somebody could also be in a relationship with somebody else, okay? Trying to fill a void of feeling lonely by filling it with other people and realizing that that's not actually fulfilling for them, okay? And maybe you were somebody who wanted like commitment and to move in with this person, and they like, you broke up with them and they just went and did the shit. You know what I mean? That's crazy. That's fucked up. They do say, you know, women usually build up a man for another woman. Not every situation, but they do be saying that. Let's get, okay, I was going to say one more, but I guess we got two more. We got snacks, sex appeal, physical attraction, and irresistible desire. Yeah, somebody could be struggling with maybe even a little sex addiction or something that they have. Getting money in the wrong ways, okay? We ain't going to go into all that, but we also have bossing up, self-empowerment, independently living, and leading the pack. I feel like this is almost like your energy, okay? This is you. Okay, I don't know why it keeps wanting to focus on that sneaky link. This is you. But, oh, as I was saying, hold on. Before I get into this, right? So, somebody could be living with somebody else or committed to another person and cheating on them behind their back. Same shit they maybe did to you, right? When y'all was together. Now they're doing the same shit to another person. This person, I ain't gonna lie, if this is all of a sudden your situation, because, you know, this is a general reading. This just took a turn, but this was a surprise. If this is your situation, right, it's a good thing you let this motherfucker go, because this person is not, they be lying. They be lying. As you can see, they lie. They're like stuck in the fast lane. They want things. They're almost seeking instant gratification. Even though they want longevity and they want like a genuine connection and stuff, like a part of them wants that. It's like they struggle with leaving this fast life alone. You know, but this is you, right? This is you bossing up. You living independently. You feeling yourself. You looking good, okay? You in your power. And I feel like there's only good things that are going to come from that. You know, you chose yourself at the end of the day. And only positive situations can come from you choosing yourself at the end of all of this, you know. This situation was meant to really teach you a lot of lessons if this is your situation. We got high road, unbothered, brushing it off and moving past it. Yeah, this is also you. You like, whatever, fuck it. You know what? We done with that situation. You want to go be a hoe? You want to go do some bullshit? Like, not my problem no more. You know what I mean? You are not my problem no more. Trying to have it focus on the card that I'm talking about. Jeez Louise. But yeah, you guys are done. You guys are moving forward. You don't need this shit in your life. You've been known that. And now it's just time for you to just keep it pushing. You'll find somebody and attract somebody that wants the same thing as you, okay? You might be watching this reading right now, you know, curious about what this mug is doing. But this is the way that you are healing and moving on. And I've been there. I've been there, hunty. I've been there, okay? So I think I'm going to leave this here. And hopefully this resonates with you guys, brings you lots of love, clarity, and healing. And I will hopefully see you guys in my next one. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe. Helps my page out a lot, and also lets me know how this was resonating with you, you know. Let me know if I was on point or not. But I'm sending you guys lots of love. Please take care of yourself.